Hi, what's up, y'all? It's popping into D. Boss reacts to this Troyce vid. It's titled Unpopular Opinions You Will Respect. Period. Talk your ish. I like his unpopular opinion videos. Of course, I don't always agree with everything that he says, but it's always interesting hearing his take, and I always respect that he speaks his mind regardless of what people think about it. So, you know, I love that. Anyway, yeah, let's see what's on this vid. Let's watch.
Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my loves. It's Destin Troyce, and you're watching TroyceTv. So for today's video, I forgot to take the meat out of the freezer, so this is going to stay right here.
Raw chicken?
I wanted to get on here and do another unpopular opinions video. So this is going to be a really interesting unpopular opinions video because I have a lot of, you know, interesting opinions that I feel like I got to share. Now, today's unpopular opinions video is going to be very different. These are things that I probably wouldn't even repeat to my friend group because these unpopular opinions are a little rough around the edges. But I gotta say it because if I don't, nobody else will.
Ooh.
So these are just my unpopular opinions. This is just how I feel. And these are not facts. These are just opinions. My first unpopular opinion is prisoners should not have cell phones. There, I said it. I think it's very unfortunate when I see people in prison post random shit on TikTok, Instagram, posting stuff.
I literally talked about this in the video I did about, was it El Salvador? About how strict their prison system is there. I said the same thing. We need that. We need to implement that in the States because niggas be on TikTok dancing and shit, tweeting. It's like, sorry, what are you doing? You're in jail. And these are people who I'm sure have killed people. They look like murderers. They look like some killers. Alright, so I don't think they in there for, you know, no petty crimes. And they on IG and shit. Like, what is this?
On their social media, FaceTime people. I think it's problematic that prisoners are able to use social media and be on TikTok and post videos on YouTube. You're in prison. You committed a crime. Why are you in prison posting videos on YouTube? Why are you posting TikToks? Why are you posting YouTube shorts? That's weird. You should not have any access to the outside world other than using that damn payphone because your ass got yourself in that motherfucking predicament and you committed a crime. So no, prisoners should not have phones and they should not be on social media. I think it's disturbing when I see these people post on social media and I always wonder who the fuck is giving them these phones and giving them access to the internet like this. I just don't think it's appropriate unless you're doing schoolwork or doing something productive like sending emails. You just should not have a cell phone and be on social media. Now, this one is something I've been holding in, but I gotta be real. I think somebody did magic on Wendy Williams. Somebody put a hex on her ass. I don't know who she pissed off. I don't know
Trash think I put a hex on it.
I don't know if it was from when she ate that crow.
Would be wrong. And if I am, let it be known today, Monday, June 24th, if I am wrong and they actually get married, I will eat crow right here on this stage.
And they got married.
But remember, an engagement is not a wedding. So for now, I don't have to eat crow. And can I just make a stipulation on this? I will eat it on the 73rd day of them being married. So just because they're still married doesn't mean that they're happy.
Girl, all right. Now this is giving
nice
hater.
Consistency.
This is giving hater.
And Wendy Williams was also a junkie. She did drugs for years. Let's also remember the fact that she had these implants that she never replaced. Let's also keep in mind that she abused alcohol. And let's also keep in mind that she's on these medication pills that make you sicker. Let's talk about it. No one wants to really talk about the fact that a lot of times these doctors will give you these medical pills.
So there you go. That's why she in the predicament she in now. Look at all the things she did to, you know, cause harm to her health. So the whole, you know, hex, you know, argument. Because I feel like I've heard someone say that before. And even people saying, oh, it was her karma. It's like, those narratives don't make sense to me personally. Because it's like, if you look at the details about how she lived her life, she was on coke, all type of shit. So maybe, just maybe, that contributed to her health deteriorating. Maybe.
Medicine pills to help you stay balanced and not be stressed. But these pills make you dependent on the doctor. These pills never really actually help if you overdo it, especially if you consume them with alcohol and allegedly drugs. And Wendy Williams is definitely guilty of that. Her drug abuse in her past is catching up with her, right along with her current drug abuse. And unfortunately, everyone around her is trying to make as much money as they can out of her. They're trying to pocket as much as they can. Her management, her team, her son who's out here using thousands of her dollars to collect Uber Eats. Everyone's abusing and taking advantage of her. But I feel like something
on
definitely
Uber Eats.
pushed her to the edge, and I don't think it was just her man.
I haven't watched
And it's crazy
the
how it all started.
documentary.
We were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help. I have no friends.
You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you?
No, I don't.
Everything is going to be good.
I know. I think that the guardianship system is broken. We are her family, and you tell me that I'm not capable of taking care of my sister. What would you do? What should I do?
I would say that's her karma, the reaction that she's getting because of some of the problematic things that she has said and done in times where she went a little too far. I have no problems with Wendy Williams. I like Wendy Williams. But I got to be honest, this looks like spiritual warfare. Now, let's be honest, she not only has dementia, but she also has Graves' disease and aphasia. Aphasia affects your mobility skills. It affects your motor skills. It affects your ability to be able to drive a car. It affects your ability to be able to walk correctly. And it also affects your ability to speak. But yet, Wendy Williams had the gift of being charismatic and being able to speak. Isn't it funny how she lost her gift of coherently speaking? She's not even all the way there. I get Wendy Williams was a junkie back in the day, and she definitely did hella fucking drugs, and she also had a serious drinking issue throughout all her depression, considering her husband was out here putting his dick in other women. Wendy Williams has a hex under her. Wendy Williams is possessed by some type of like spiritual spirit that's like taking all her energy, and there's something really deep, evil, and sinister going on with her. Some of y'all need to grow the fuck up and stop blaming landlords for why the fuck your rent went up. Let me be honest for a second. Yes, rent has been crazy. You got your rent increase. I got my rent increase. This person, that person, this person. We all got our rent increase. A lot of landlords can't help but increase their rent because they can't make a profit. Some landlords literally have to increase their rent because some of them got kids that got to put through school. Some of them got kids in college. A lot of them got family in foreign countries they got to take care of. And a lot of these landlords are just using rental property as just passive income. Not all of them are making multi-million dollars. And some of these landlords are private owners. Not all of them are backed by a major agency that gives them a big budget to fix things. When things get broken, they have to go out of their budget to fix it. Landlords are not the reason why rent is going up. The policies and the politics are the reason why the rent is going up. So if you want to complain about your rent going up, let's keep it a buck. Watch who the fuck you vote for, because the very same people who you vote for who say, oh yeah, free this and free that, and we're going to give you some of this, and here's this, here's that, that for free, this for free, that for free. That causes property taxes to go up. When property taxes go up, because everybody keeps saying, tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich. Guess who the rich tax next? They tax your ass. They tax your ass. Everyone says we should tax them since they have it the most. When you tax the rich are the people who own most of the property in America. They own most of the restaurants. They own most of the fucking media. When you tax them, they're going to raise their prices on everything. Streaming platforms, the rent that you pay, everything. Everything goes up. When they're affected, they're going to be like, oh, okay, you want us to be taxed? Okay, well, now we have to raise our prices because if we want to sustain and keep employing people, we can't afford to do that unless we raise our prices. Y'all wonder why grocery prices went up? Y'all wonder why rent goes up? Y'all wonder why y'all can't find a basic apartment with nothing less than £2,000 or $2,000? That's why you're taxing them. They got to make a profit somehow. The Ace family only announced their divorce because they're trying to separate their assets. The Ace family are losing money. They're probably not broke, but they're losing money. At one point, they were probably making almost over $5 million a year, probably more. But they're losing.
They keep trying to force him on me on TikTok, and I scroll past it so quick every time. Goodness.
Money. They can't pay for these fucking luxury homes, these luxury vacations anymore, and they can't live outside their means like they used to. They can't buy these Lamborghinis like they used to. They can't do all that stuff. The constant lawsuits, the constant not paying their fucking taxes, the homes that they're constantly renting frequently. They can't afford to maintain what they had. They have to now live within their means. Things have been changing. The Ace family are trying to separate their assets because if they break up, no one can sue the Ace family corporation anymore. They can't sue the Ace family LLC anymore. They'll just have to find out who they can come for. If they break up and they shut down their business, they can file for bankruptcy. They can say, oh, well, the business is no longer in business anymore. And they can find loopholes to get around these lawsuits and other people that are coming from them. YouTube is childish as for letting all this content about be censored. Now, for those of y'all who have been asking me for the past couple of months, why haven't I made a video about free it's because I got my fucking video censored the other day. They age restrict the video, they censor it, and then they fucking put ads that surround. So literally the only ads that I'm mostly getting on the video, and it's all about like donation to some random company. This is fucking crazy. They basically just age restricted it and said, here, you can have these ads, but we're not gonna push it through the algorithm because of what you said. Ain't that some shit? And they also told me that they weren't gonna promote it on certain parts of the fucking platform anymore. I was really upset, but the only ads that were gonna let me put on the video were ads that were linked to organizations that were going to help all these children that are struggling in the midst of the whole, war with Israel. And I was pissed. So that's why I have made a video about free. It's because of BS like that. So for a lot of your favorite influencers who are silent about it, best believe that a lot of us are silent about it because YouTube is ran by a certain group of religious people who control the media, who control Hollywood, who control the way the world goes, who control most of the real estate, who control most of the entertainment industry, and who own probably most of America, and who control Israel. So notice how your favorite entertainers will never say anything bad about Israel. That's why. But I do have a podcast where I talk about all types of crazy stuff and controversial stuff that I can't talk about on YouTube. So feel free to subscribe to that. Links are in the description box down below. And yes, it's free to listen to. And YouTube is childish for censoring content, blocking content, and restricting content that talks about it. It's all an agenda to keep people on code and to hide the real issue going on in the world. That's why it took social media influencers and TikTokers talking about it. Charlamagne the God was dead wrong for what he said about Risa Tisa.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I hear a lot of big back behavior. Does she have a big back?
She do give Sheila that was driving up the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sheila was beautiful though.
Yeah, no. You talking about the big back, not the face.
Yeah, you're right.
She's cool. What's the thing with big back?
No, I'm just saying, because in a situation like this, some of you big backs, y'all gotta stop being so thirsty for a man. There's a man out there for you, okay? This woman believed all of this because she wanted to believe all of this. Big back belief isn't like everybody else's belief, okay? She said it herself. He said everything I wanted to hear. She wanted to believe whatever.
I mean, is he lying? I mean, of course, it sounds rude. It's not, politically correct to say. It's very mean. You could argue it's fatphobic. It's this, it's that. But the reality is some people do put up with a lot of nonsense because they feel like they can't really do better. And they feel like, oh, well, I finally found someone. Nobody really fucks with me like that. Because overweight women are courted less. They just are. I can say that as someone who has been fat several times. I'm still losing weight, all right? I'm still in the cut, all right? I've been fat, skinny, in between, and hello, I get hit on a lot more when I'm thinner. So it is what it is. So women know that, okay, when they are really overweight and they feel like, okay, well, let me just take what I can get. That is the mentality sometimes. Of course, he's being rude in the way that he's saying it. You don't have to communicate it like this. But we know Charlamagne is rude. Like, he's always rude in the way he says shit.
Was coming out of his mouth because she wanted a man so bad.
Now, for those of you who didn't know, Risa Tisa is a popular TikToker who's been going viral and has even got a lot of mainstream attention because she started a 50-part series titled Who the F Did I Marry? And basically, she exposed the fact that she was dating a pathological liar who married her within a couple of months, and her dumbass decided to be with him for a long period of time, even though he lied about her. He lied about being an NFL player. He lied about having his life together. He even screenshotted photos from Google saying, yeah, this is my checking account right here. And her ass fell for it because she didn't do her research. She didn't go looking for his social media. She didn't go trying to talk to his family. She didn't even meet his family. She just up and married a complete stranger who lied to her for months, and she continued to date him. And then she had to find out by asking people in his personal life last minute who he was, just to find out that he was a liar, a cheater, and a manipulator, and damn near a narcissist. And then she created this 50-part series exposing the fact that women need to be very wary of who they marry and actually get to know their partner and not be blinded by a lot of these men's words, because a lot of these men will lie to you. Now, Charlamagne went on the Breakfast Club, and he made it abundantly clear that what she did was big back behavior.
Y'all gotta stop being so thirsty for a man. There's a man out there for you.
And let's be clear, there is some small back behavior as well, okay? People are stupid, skinny, fat, whatever size. So, I don't feel like that's just reserved to people with big backs, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, I think there is some validity in saying that. I've had some big friends who have expressed certain sentiments to me, like some really, really big friends, where they feel like they kind of gonna take what they can get. In so many words, they've expressed that.
Okay, this woman believed all of this because she wanted to believe all of this. Big back belief isn't like everybody else belief. Okay, she said it herself. He said everything I wanted to hear. She wanted to believe whatever was coming out of his mouth because she wanted a man so bad.
Basically implying that because of the way she probably looks or how she feels about herself, that's why she's tolerated that. There was some truth to what Charlamagne had to say in terms of that's big back behavior, because there is a common epidemic of a lot of fat women or women who aren't that easy on the eyes settling because they think no one's going to love or care about them. Anybody could fucking be in that kind of predicament. A skinny woman, a fly woman who looks good, a lot of these men will lie to you. They will lie to your face, and in your next lifetime, they will lie to you again.
Not the next
because
lifetime.
They're scared that you won't be with them. A lot of these men aren't doing shit with themselves, don't have shit going on in their lives, and they will lie to your ass because they feel bad for not having their life together, and they're scared that you'll leave them because they have abandonment issues. Risa Tisa did respond to Charlamagne the God, and this is what she had to say.
A very famous personality that called me a big back, talking about my weight. And so it's things like that I'm like, Jesus, you know,
Yes,
I can already admit I'm
she seems
self-conscious,
sweet.
you know, as a heavier woman. I feel like how I look should not dictate whether or not I deserve,
But see, he didn't say you deserved it. He did not say that, so.
She missed the point of what he was saying, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He was still wrong, but she definitely missed the point. The point he was trying to say is, he was associating the fact that she has a big back mentality, which means probably because she's heavier set, she probably tolerates certain things because of things going on internally. He never necessarily said that she deserved it. So she misinterpreted his words, which then led to Charlamagne feeling pressured to apologize, but he gave a half-assed fake apology.
I disturbed that woman's peace, and that wasn't my intention. So I apologize if my words made her feel that way. Number one, I never said she don't deserve love because of her size.
Right.
I didn't even know she was big. Just told the story, and I said it sounds like big back behavior. And
I call cap on that, because you were like, she even said herself, how do you know what she said if you didn't watch it? Did you just hear it, or are you going based on what somebody else told you?
And I started talking about big back belief. Now, if y'all want to have a conversation about reinforcing negative stereotypes of big backs, I understand. I'm open to it. But acting like I was having a conversation about Risa Tisa's looks and size, that's not accurate. I was speaking in general terms about big back behavior and big back belief. And I actually said nobody has to be that desperate because there is a man out there for you. And I do have one final point, just one. We all have social media. No, we all have social media.
Absolutely.
And we all use it for different reasons.
Yeah.
And Risa's getting a lot of props for being so vulnerable. Salute to her. But I personally feel like we have to stop bringing this stuff to social media if you don't want people to have an opinion about it.
Absolutely.
Facts.
What if she just has child...
Facts. You cannot give the details of your life, and then when people comment on it, you feel some type of way about it. And I'm saying this out loud because I do this too. You know, I have given details about friendships that I've had. I've had a lot of rocky friendships. I've given details about it, and I've posted all my tea on Patreon. And I definitely get annoyed when people make certain comments, but it's like, it is what it is. I'm putting my business out there, you know. It's your opinion. Say what you like. Even though I'll be like, what? No, you don't know the whole story. But it's like, if you're going to put your business out there, then people are going to have an opinion. So it is what it is. I hope you were able to view all those Charlamagne clips, because they have gotten copyrighted in the past. They've been clipped out of videos. So if you see some cuts in this vid, that's why.
The trauma. What if she just has abandonment
Everybody
issues?
got trauma.
What if she has insecurities about her age because she's middle-aged and she's not even where she wants to be in terms of having a happy relationship?
Everybody got insecurities.
What if it's just she just has internal issues that are deeper than just her weight? What he really should have said was, let's normalize going to therapy before we actually get married to people that we barely fucking know. In fact, let's normalize going to actual therapy together before actually getting into a marriage. Because they have that. They have premarital therapy that a lot of people really should attend. And it'll tell you whether or not you and this person will probably last. Women are not the prize, and neither are men. Both of y'all are the prize. If both of y'all are stable people, have a good idea of what you want, are on the same page, and are decent individuals, then yes, both of y'all are the fucking prize. But if not, there is no fucking prize. Men aren't the prize and women aren't the prize. Because guess what? A woman could have it all and do amazing for herself, but if she's dating a horrible man, she just looks just as bad because what is it about her that attracted this trash-ass man? And same thing with men. If men want to complain about how trash the baby mama was or how trash their wife was and how she took everything in the divorce, maybe you should look in the mirror and see what the fuck you did to attract somebody like that. Normani is doing too much with this ridiculous ass release date. Just drop the fucking album. Normani recently announced that she's coming out with an album called Dopamine, and she basically released the release date, but except there's no actual release date, she just left it blank. And people are saying congratulations, but damn, this ought to be interesting. No, it's stupid. Just stop with the riddles already and give an actual release date so people can stream it or not stream it. People who justify shoplifting need to be shot in the face or they need their ass whooped. So if y'all didn't know, there's been a strong epidemic across the inner cities across America. Shout out to y'all who don't live in America. But in big cities like Philadelphia, Detroit, Chicago, the Bay Area, Los Angeles, New York City, Houston, Texas, hell, even fucking major cities like Dallas, Texas, or any popular major city, there's been a huge amount of people who have been shoplifting and stealing a lot lately. And it's been global news. It's been happening lately because the police don't do shit. And especially in places like California, if you literally don't steal anything more than $900, they will literally give you a slap on the wrist. You might get banned from the store. They might take your picture, and then that's it. We have a crime issue.
Target is closing 9 stores because of shoplifting. The stores include 1 in New York City, 2 in Seattle, 3 in Portland, and 3 locations in San Francisco and Oakland. Target says it had previously added security and other anti-theft tools, but they aren't working. Target previously said it was expecting to lose $500 million this year alone because of rising theft.
We need to make any type of shoplifting reprehensible, condemnable at all costs. Anyone that sits up here and justifies it with, well, things are hard in life and times are hard. Fuck you. Stealing is wrong. What are we teaching the future generation? A lot of people who are stealing are young people. They know they can get a slap on the wrist. This is ridiculous. Why is there a fucking body cam footage?
And to be honest, people be stealing shit they don't even need. It's not like you going to steal like toilet paper or toothbrushes. Niggas is stealing fucking Louis Vuitton. Like you saw they showed that store. They stealing makeup and shit like that. You don't need that. Fuck out of here.
Going viral every single month of a whole bunch of young teenagers or young people in their 20s and 30s stealing. This is stupid. This is wrong. It's expensive my ass. People want to sit up here and say, oh, well, these major companies like Target have insurance. What the fuck you mean they have insurance? What about when people are shoplifting from these small businesses? If you excuse them shoplifting from Target, Walmart, or whatever, they'll steal from small businesses. A lot of these people who own small little bodegas, small little restaurants, small little shops, or small little tech stores, or small little pharmacies, they don't have the means to just lose all this fucking like inventory. They don't have insurance that'll cover them like how CVS would or how Walmart, Target, or any of these major chain stores can cover themselves. They need every penny that they can get, and if someone steals from them, that's stealing money out of their pockets, and they have to fire employees because they don't have insurance like that. And then on top of that, don't be surprised when all these fucking chain restaurants and chain stores shut down their fucking restaurants or shut down their fucking stores because they're tired of all the shoplifting and stealing. Let's be realistic for a second. Target isn't coming back to a lot of areas ever since the pandemic. Ever since the pandemic and the whole riots that happened back in 2020, a lot of Targets are not coming back to these areas. They're like, yeah, no, fuck that. We try to give you urban motherfuckers a chance. We try to come into y'all's place and bring jobs and help boost the economy, but fuck that. We're gonna go 7 miles away to the suburbs. Why would they want to fucking come and bring jobs to the economy when people are just going to fucking shoplift and steal? If you see anybody shoplifting or stealing, it's one thing to mind your business and be like, that's none of my business. But it's another thing to just sit up here and justify it. Crime and shoplifting is just not okay. These people who are shoplifting need their asses whooped. Another thing is this. A lot of these people who are out here robbing stores and stealing from a lot of these little small stores and stealing from Foot Locker and Apple, they may think that they're off the hook because everybody was doing it. But this isn't the 90s. This isn't the early 2000s. This isn't the 80s anymore, where when chaos happens, you can just loot places. Be ready for when we get to a point in society where we have things like how China has thousands of cameras, millions of cameras everywhere. China has more cameras everywhere than they have fucking people. Because these cameras in China can literally identify who you are. These cameras can literally identify you, and your face can be identified like it's a thumbprint. Imagine if America and westernized cities like
they got so many goddamn
Toronto,
people that
Canada,
they
or
need to
any
have
big
something
cities
like
wants to integrate this whole situation China got going on with their cameras, where now they can identify you based off the cameras. Imagine if 15 years from now they tell you, oh, hey, here's a bill or here's a court summons because you were on camera back in 2020, and even though it's 2073, we're still going to throw your ass in jail and charge you for what you did because there were social media posts of you, stealing. Oh, since we have cameras now, we can identify you by name and by address based off the cameras and technology we have now. We're going to fine and charge you, and Target wants to press charges on your ass. Imagine that. So don't sit up here and justify stealing, because I promise you it will not work in your favor, and do not sit up here and justify anybody else stealing. It's wrong, period, point blank. My last unpopular opinions that I feel like might ruffle some feathers, but I think needs to be known, is this. They need to make it legal to where people can refund their degrees. I'm so sick of people saying, I graduated with this, that, and the third, and I spent...
Well, how can you do that, though? Because you already learned what the fuck you learned. So you can't get your money back. So it's not even realistic. But it is fucked up when you spend all of that money and you don't even end up using your degree. My economics degree is just collecting dust. I mean, thankfully though, I'm very fortunate and very, happy that I don't have to use that degree. But you have other people who are upset because they're just like, this degree did nothing. It didn't help me at all.
$75,000 in student loans, and I don't have, a job.
Everybody go to community college first.
They need to make it possible to refund your degree.
Pay way less.
There are people who went to school 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Community college first.
And they can't find a job in their field. So they have to pursue something else, start a business, or go back to school and do something else. I get pick your major wisely, but it would be nice if somebody didn't use their degree for 10 years, if they can actually refund it and get maybe 10, 15% of their money back.
Okay.
For what they spent in school. Or at least get a fucking discount for their student loans. Like, at least take off 25% of their student loans or 10% of it. It's ridiculous that people have all this fucking student loan debt, struggled, and they can't find a job in their field. You know how many people I know that have psychology degrees? A psychology degree seems to be one of the most useless degrees nowadays, because a lot of people can't even find an actual job in that field unless they get their PhD. And even at that, they got to spend more money. They need to make a law where you can just give that shit back. Like, here you go, I don't want it no more. And then you just sacrifice your degree, and it's like, here, I don't care about it no more, you can have it, I don't need a job in that field. Because it sucks that people can't get a job in these fields. There's people who go to school for all types of crazy shit, and they're struggling because society manipulated us into thinking all you have to do is just go to college. These high schools, these secondary schools don't promote the fact about networking, going to, technical schools or going to community college and saving your money. They don't. These fucking universities from all over the world come to your secondary schools or high schools, and they tell you, hey, come to our college, and this is so important, and it's the most pivotal point in your life. Why don't guidance counselors encourage you to find yourself, travel the world, work a part-time job, and maybe take a gap year? They don't encourage you to take a gap year. They encourage you to get your ass in college. You could do so many other things than go to college. And people are going to college just say they went to college. For some people, college worked out, and I fuck with massive higher education. But for a lot of people, college isn't for them. And there's no guidance counselors and no guidance anyone can get when they decide that they don't want to go to college. What if they don't want to go? High schools don't give a fuck about you. They just want employees. They don't give a fuck about the fact that you don't want to go to college and you want to be an entrepreneur. They say, oh, go to college for business. Half the fucking professors that are teaching you about business and economics, they don't got no fucking business. They don't have a fucking brand. They don't have a successful 6-figure brand. But these influencers do. But these people who started their crocheting business and their nail business in their basement do. These teachers don't know shit compared to a lot of these people who didn't go to college for anything. So it would be so nice if people can get back their fucking business degrees or get back these degrees that they're not even using anymore, because of how fucked up the economy is. Honestly, college is a scam unless you're going to school for like being a doctor or a nurse or a lawyer. If you're going to school to like fucking learn Mandarin, or going to college to like learn arts in class and 2-dimensional art and 3-dimensional art, you can learn all that shit on YouTube. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that was Daphne's popular opinion.
I gave my opinion about that before. I definitely agree. But yeah, as far as getting, some type of discount on your student loans or getting, refunded to some degree, back. That would be very helpful for a lot of people, because I know a lot of people who are not using their degrees, and we are fed, you know, that lie when we're little that, oh, you just get a college degree and, you know, you're bound to be successful, you're gonna make all this money, you're gonna get a job right off the bat. You know, that's definitely something I believed, and a lot of my peers believe the same thing, and we just got a rude awakening when we graduate, and it's like, the fuck is this? And he did mention networking, and I agree that can be, you know, extremely beneficial. You know, I talked about how I've never liked networking though. I just don't like people. I don't like being fake. I don't like having to kiss nobody's ass or, you know, depend on someone to get to where I want to be. That's just me personally. That's why, you know, it didn't work out for me. That's why I have so many jobs and I have to quit so many. So, you know, there's that. But I definitely know that there's value in networking. And a lot of the time, you don't even need a degree. If you network, you know, really effectively, they won't even care that you don't have a degree. They're just like, oh, anyway, okay, yeah, you can do this job. So there's that. But yeah, he spit a lot of facts. You know, some things I agree with, some things I didn't. But y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.